Good morning, everyone. This is the civics subject, lesson number 2, Preamble to the Constitution. In the last chapter, we learned the Constitution is an important document clarifying the rules of administration. Our representative have to carry out the administration as per the law laid down by the Constitution. In this chapter, we will learn a Constitution is the fundamental and the highest law of the land. There are definite aims or purpose in making any law. A systematic arrangement of all the aims and objectives of a law is a preface to the law. The preface to the Indian Constitution is called the preamble. We all are Indian citizens. The preamble tells us what we all have to achieve as a people. The values, thoughts, and ideas in it are noble. The entire Constitution lays down the provisions through which these goals are to be realized. The preamble begins with the words, "We, the people of India." It talks about the resolve of the Indians to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. We shall now understand the meaning of each of these terms. Sovereign state. India was ruled by Britain for a long period. On 15th August 1947, our country became independent and we are now free to take decisions as we think fit in our own country. The word sovereign means that a state is not under the control of a foreign power. Sovereignty means the ultimate authority to govern yourself in a democracy. Sovereignty rests with the people. Socialist state. A socialist state is such a state where the gap between the rich and the poor is minimum. All have a right over the wealth of the country. It is ensure that wealth is not concentrated in the hands of a few people. Secular state. The preamble states secularism as one of our goals. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. No one religion is considered to be the state religion. The citizens are free to follow their own religion. Even state cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. Democratic state. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. Government makes decisions and draws up policies in keeping with the people's wishes. Government has to take important financial, social, and other decisions to promote common welfare. All the people are not able to come together and take such decisions on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, elections are conducted after a fixed period when voters elect their representatives. These representatives, they take decisions for the entire population as per the procedure laid down by the Constitution. Republic. Along with being a democracy, we are a republic. All public positions in a republic are elected by the people. No public position is occupied on the basis of hereditary succession. The positions like the president, the prime minister, the governor, the chief minister, the mayor, the sarpanch, etc., are public positions. Any Indian citizen fulfilling the prescribed age criterion can get himself or herself elected to any of these positions. In a monarchy, these positions may be occupied by members of a single family following the principle of heredity. Discuss. Now, here Deepa has written on the topic My Family. She written, democracy does not only imply elections. My parents do all household work together. We also participate in it. We ensure that we talk cordially with each other even we happen to fight. We try to listen to each other's views by stopping the fight as soon as possible. If any change has to be made, even the grandparents are consulted. Anuja wants to take up agriculture research as per her career. Her decision was appreciated by everybody. Do you think that Deepa's house functions in a democratic way? Which features of democracy can be found in this passage? These two questions is for you. Discuss among your family and give the answer in your classwork copy. I will continue this lesson in next video. Thank you.